Ska registrera kokort.
Ja. Hallo. Korte tekstloop.
Nej tack.
Hallo. Hej. Nej, det är lugnt.
Sorry, I didn't see that somebody had come in and said hello. Hello. I didn't notice. Usually usually when I'm walking like this and I have the phone out and I'm filming, I'm not looking at the phone, I'm looking at where I'm going. It's just part of the live casting process. Live casting, broadcasting your life. This is not a new concept. Justin Kahn, the owner of Justin.tv, the now defunct platform that was revamped as .tv. Justin Kahn invented that concept as we know it, streaming live, broadcasting live. And I started on his website. His website started in 2007. I have been on YouTube for 20 years, since 2006. There were no live broadcast on YouTube. They didn't start too much later. But I was already live casting. So, Alabama, really? Why do you suggest that, sir? Ma'am, I don't know. Live casting. Yeah, that's the concept. You just broadcast the simple things, making coffee in the morning, walking down the street, working, depending on what kind of job you do. I can't show my students, but I can, and I do show myself sometimes, like walking through the classroom before the students get in or after they've left on my break. I don't say anything about anyone in particular. I have read the manual for freedom of action and expression in Norway, so I'm fully aware of what I can and cannot say. So I don't say anything, but I do broadcast my life. So I show myself working out, walking down the street, to the beach, traveling. Sometimes I will be waiting in an airport and I'll show what I'm doing at the airport, sitting at the airport. I have the time of my life at the airport, just sitting, reading a book, or to my family on the phone, using the internet to communicate with loved ones. I do not meet random people at the airport and have relationships with them, contrary to what I've been accused of doing, but that's a story more than 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's a very long story. What I do is I just wait for the next flight, I walk around, and I sit down. I find quiet spaces to sit down. And I was in line to get on a flight to the last time I was in Brazil. I was going to Brazil to visit. I have lots of family members in Brazil, lots of family members in the United States, a lot of family members in Europe. I have my Kiwi family in New Zealand. Sister Maya, her sister Hannah, her kids. They're my family. I lived with them in 1995 and 1996. So I have family in many different places in the world, so I usually communicate with them through social media. And I was sitting at the airport in Sao Paulo. First, I was in line to check in, and there was a lady in front of me. She was also gonna check in, not check in. And We started talking and we exchanged WhatsApp. She is married to a gentleman in Germany. She also has a permanent residence permit like me, but in Germany. She is, I think she's about my age. She's Brazilian, married to this gentleman in Germany. So we have similar stories. I'm married to a Norwegian man. We're talking in line waiting to check in. This is the first time I actually met someone at the airport in many years. I'm gonna say decades. I remember once sitting in at the airport in New Jersey for the whole day on my way to California because we sat. Here's what happened: we sat in the plane. I thought we were ready to go, and then they deplaned us and made us wait for hours for another flight. So this is not uncommon. This past couple of times I was in Brazil with my daughter, we missed our connecting flight in Amsterdam, and we had to travel from Amsterdam to Paris, and we had to fly from Paris because our connecting flight from Amsterdam had already left when we got there from Oslo. So this type of stuff is very, very common. Waiting at the airport, having to go to several different airports, like you buy a ticket with maps. Very common. There are no direct flights from home to my hometown, so I have to fly from Trondheim to Amsterdam, Rio or Sao Paulo, and then to my hometown. Sometimes I take a train to Oslo, and then in Oslo, I take a flight from Oslo to Amsterdam, then Amsterdam, all the way to my hometown. I don't know. I think people who travel will know that this is not uncommon. When your flight is delayed, when you have to wait, when you have to buy a flight with many stops, which is the case it has been the case I've traveled since I was 4 or 5 years old, so I'm waiting for a bus. I'm gonna take 2 buses because I'm carrying heavy bags. I went and bought myself some garlic because I think I'm gonna make rice. I'm going to make rice because I only have 2 containers with rice. I do my meal prep on Sundays and Thursdays. But this week we had Easter break, so the schedule was a little bit different. So I'm gonna make some rice. Oh, look who it is. Hi, welcome to my channel. How are you doing? Having a good day? Happy Easter! God påske! Jeg håper at du har hatt en fantastisk påskeferie. Og vi skal sikkert ses i morgen. Home is going to open the door for me. Barely. Okay.
Ranheim idrettsplass.